Good morning, everybody. I'm here today to show you my planner setup for May 2019. I am using a Foxy Fix notebook, which I'll talk about in just a minute, and pretty much all of my decorative items are from Cocoa Daisy. I will link everything down below, and if you have questions, feel free to give me a shout, and I'll be happy to answer for you. So what I'm going to do today is actually put my planner together, and as I'm putting items in, I will tell you what everything is. So starting off with this Foxy Fix notebook. So this is a leather that's been discontinued for quite some time now, probably over a year, maybe a year and a half. But I found it on the BST group and I just adore it, and I knew that this color would be beautiful with the Cocoa Daisy May colors. Leather is called Moccasin and the color is Amethyst. It is a super deep purple, and the leather is just so squishy and fabulous. I just love it. It's so soft. It's got this beautiful pebbly texture. And so I was so lucky to find this on the BST group. It does not have any embossings on it. It has gray stitching, and it did also have gray elastics, but I changed those out to a powder blue that I had in my elastic stash because I knew they would pick up the blue tones in my Cocoa Daisy kits very well. This is a standard size number 6. This is my 3rd month in standard strings after having been in rings for like a year and a half, and I'm still just absolutely loving it. On the inside, this is a compact fitting. It has 4 strings, and on the left side is a pocket configuration that's not made anymore by Foxy Fix. Was called card pockets, and it has these 3 small pockets plus 1 large one here, and then there's a secretarial pocket in the back. So this is the planner I'm using, and I'm going to start out by adding a couple of decorative items at the bottom. Some charms. This little ball charm came in the May Cocoa Daisy kits. I'm going to put that on my first elastic and hang it from the bottom. My second charm is a planner tail from Fur and You, and my friend Lisa just makes the most beautiful, her charms and bookmarks and swags are just gorgeous. Look at all the little, just cute little sparkly things. I just love them. This planner tail I'm going to hang also from one of the elastics. I'll just put that right there. And then the last thing I'm going to hang is this planner charm from Colibri Charms, and I think that this is meant to hang from the top of the spine, but I like it dangling out of the bottom. I just really like having it dangle down below, so I'm going to also put this on one of the elastics here. Okay, so there are my cute little danglies. And I'm going to start by filling up the pockets for you. So in one of the card pockets, I have a couple of the sticky notes from one of the Cocoa Daisy kits. I took the, what do you call it? I'm losing my mind. The card, the kit card that comes with the kits that explains all about how the kits are made. And I saw somebody take that card and make a tag out of it, and so I completely stole that idea. So that is going right here. And I have a washi card. This plastic washi card came in the April Cocoa Daisy kits, and so now I've got the May washi on it. These 4 washis are all from Cocoa Daisy this month, and this one is from Simply Gilded. That Stardust, I think, really goes nicely with all of those, so I keep that tucked in here. And then I will normally tuck in a couple of cute little clips and some pretty things. Let's see, maybe like that to round out my pockets. Then, starting with my first string, I have my yearly insert. So first of all, I've got a Foxy Fix vinyl dashboard, and inside of it, front and back, I have used Cocoa Daisy papers on both sides, and I put on pocket cards and used some of more of the washi and made little ribbons and the little cute little puffy dots. Here's a dashboard that I added to this one, and then on the back of this paper, I took the washi and I wove 4 of the washis together, and then cut down a pocket card to smaller label size and put that here. So this is going in the very front. on my first string. And then inside of there is going to be my yearly, well, my monthly inserts. So I think I printed these from Plannerpedia. I'm not positive. I will link down below in the description box. Here was April, and now here is May. So I've used, again, Cocoa Daisy washi and stickers. The date dots, however, are from Planner Kate. She sells little sheets of the date dots, or at least she did when I bought them. And I love having a lot of different colors to choose from. So I'm going to find the center of this, slide it right here. Okay, and there is insert number 1. Insert number 2 is my planning insert. So this is the standard Daisy Dory from Cocoa Daisy for May, and I have covered it with paper. It has a craft cover, so the outside is normally just this brown, and I've covered it in some of the decorative papers and one of the dashboards and the little glittery dots that came this month. And then on the inside, I always use one of the vellum or acetate sheets to create a pocket, and I put in some pages from the notepad and also from the sticky notes, so that I always have those handy. And then my Daisy Dory is divided into 5 sections. First is my planning section. So these first sets of pages are divided with these bars, and you get to a week that doesn't have anything on it, sort of like this. And then each one of these spreads I use as a week, so I'll have 5 weeks for the month of May. Those are my weekly plans. After that, I have my challenge page. So I participate in the Cocoa Daisy Planner Challenge and also the Foxy Fix the Daily Fox. So I have those graphics both here so that I can check off when I have submitted a photo. And then I have, next is my tracker, monthly tracker. So I've just got a dashboard to decorate here with some more washi ribbon. And then my tracker is made from Excel. It's an Excel spreadsheet. I just sort of designed this in Excel the way I wanted it, and then spent some time messing with the column widths and the row heights, and then printing it out a few times until I found proportions that would work for the standard booklet. I've color-coded. The weekends are purple and the weekdays are in blue, and I have my items here that I'm tracking, habits, and then also steps. And I just sit down every evening before I go to bed and fill out my tracker. So that is here. Next up is my bills section. So I have the May calendar card, and I just like to track my bills for the beginning of the month and the middle of the month. I keep these booklets when I'm done with them, so it's helpful sometimes to be able to go back and track, you know, like the electric bill, how much did it go up or go down or what have you. And then I've got a couple blank pages, and then expenses section. So I've used this stamp that came in the memory keeping kits this month, and like this was Wednesday the 1st. I started by putting an X there and decided to put the date instead. Friday the 3rd, Saturday the 4th, so I don't have to have a section for every day. If there's a day I don't spend any money, which would be great, I can leave that section, I can use that section for another day. So for example, you know, you can see that I skipped the 2nd, so that way I don't have to have a section for every single day. I went ahead and stamped this these first 6 out, and I have not gone to do the rest yet, but I will when I get to it. And that is pretty much the end of the Dory booklet. So all of my planning needs are in this one booklet, and at the end of the month I can take this out and put it with my other booklets and have like basically see my entire life in one booklet. So ever since I switched from rings to strings, I have really been enjoying this system, and it was just going to be an experiment, but I don't anticipate moving out of it anytime soon. I'm surprised really actually at how much I love it. So there's string number 2. String number 3 is a wallet insert. So I got this plastic wallet from Amazon. It's got card slots on one side and a zipper pouch on the other side. I just cut some of the pocket cards with pretty designs to fit in here so that when this is sitting in my notebook, it looks pretty. On the pocket side, I have like insurance cards and, you know, various cards like that. On the zipper side, whenever I have cash, which is not frequently, but when I do, it goes in here. But then I also keep this Foxy Fix card sleeve in here that carries my grocery rewards card, my debit card, and my driver's license. And often during the week, there's some stamps in here too. What I'll do is actually take this out and put it in the pocket of my tote bag that I carry to work. And then on the way home from work, if I need to run into the store, get gas or something, rather than open up my whole planner, I just grab this out of the pocket, stick this in the back pocket of my jeans, and go about my business. So this actually doesn't usually live in here very often, but when I just need a place to put it, that's where it goes. So let me put this on here. String 3. Just about, okay. And then I'm going to put that over to the side. And then on my 4th string, I have another dashboard from Foxy Fix, the vinyl dashboard. On this one, on the front, I have the dashboard about Mother's Day. And I put a picture of my mom from when we went to Denmark a few years ago. And then on the inside is the pocket card that describes mothers. And then on the other side, I have the pocket card about friends, which I love this saying. And on the back, a picture of me, and this is my best friend Lisa, who I've known since our first day of college in 1985, and her daughter, my goddaughter Riley. And I love this quote about friends. She lives in North Carolina and I live in Virginia, so we don't get to see each other as often as we would like, and we don't talk as frequently as I would like. But as soon as we get back together, it's like we were together 5 minutes ago, and I just adore her to pieces, and I wanted to document her in my planner. So there is my dashboard. And then inside this dashboard is my memory keeping insert. So I subscribe, one of the kits I subscribe to Coco Daisy, is the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. It comes with, again, a craft cover Traveler's Notebook, but this one doesn't have the same patterns in it as the planning one. This one has, I'll find some of the blank pages. It has some pages that are full artwork, some that are one full page and then a blank page, some that are just blank. And so you can add photos and journaling and die cuts and things to these as you see fit and document your month. This kit has been available since January of this year, so this is the 5th one, and I absolutely love them. I used a piece of pattern paper and an edge, a patterned edge cutter to make this little edge. These puffy letters came in the memory keeping kit, and I took one of the dashboards and cut the hydrangea out and then attached it on here, and I used some of those little glittery dots. I love these little glittery dots to decorate, and I've got a little washi ribbon down the side. And the beginning of my memory keeping dory always starts the same way. I always start off with 3 pages for daily gratitude. So this page is decorated, and I just added this from one of the pocket cards. And then I titled it Gratitude, and every night I sit down and write something that I'm grateful for. This is right before I go to bed. I put my gratitude, I go through my planner and check off tasks, I go through my tracker, and then I'm set for the next day. So my gratitude will take up 3 pages by the time I get to the end of May. And then my next page is always my goal page for the month. So I've set 3 broad goals for May. Health, money, and home, and then 3 broad goals for the year, and then each month I sort of break it down into smaller goals that I want to accomplish, and I write those here. And then at the end of the month, I will save the last, or second to last page rather, this spread I always save for goals review. So I sit down and I reflect about how I did on those goals, whether I need to change anything for the coming month. And then I usually do this, on the last day of the month or the first day of the next month. And so I'm getting ready to make the next month's booklet, and reflecting on those goals is fresh in my mind when I'm about to set the next month's goals. So I found that very handy. Once the goal page is done, then I start creating layouts based on activities or things that happen or that I want to remember through the month. So it's only May 5th today. Not much has happened. I did buy some pots and some pretty plants for my front porch. It only took me 5 years to finally get the front porch looking nice, but I wanted to take a picture because it looks so pretty and document that. So here's my first spread with a little bit of journaling. And then as the months go on, or as the month goes on rather, I'll add things in here. And I keep this here in my planner because if I am out and about somewhere and I have an idea for something that I want to document, but I'm not at home and I'm not in a position to actually do the layout, I will take a sticky note and, like, for example, if I have an idea for something on this page, I'll take one of the sticky notes that was up front here and I'll set it on here and write down, you know, whatever it is, event, or went out with a friend, or saw somebody I hadn't seen in a while, or something struck me, or something happened in the world that I want to remember, and I'll jot it down. And so sometimes I'll just fill up these pages with sticky notes, and then as I find time, I'll sit down and do 2 or 3 pages at a time. So I don't necessarily sit down and work on this book every night. It really would not be possible to do that with my schedule. But by the end of the month, I do have it all filled up, and it's fun to look back and see everything. And then in the back pockets, I keep pencil board. This also came from Cocoa Daisy. This, I believe, came in their March kit, the Fresh Cut kit. And so that is handy to have in case I ever need a stable writing surface. And just a piece of patterned paper that's pretty. And I use that same edge punch that I showed you earlier. And one other thing I forgot, up in the front, I do keep the smaller sticker pages up here in this front pocket. Then I always have those with me when I'm out if I need a sticker. And then finally, because this notebook does not have a pen loop, I have a binder clip with an elastic, sequined elastic on it. I have a whole bunch of these in different colors, and I don't need to open up this wallet very frequently, so I put that there, and my pen goes here. And then finally, to tie it all together, on the front, I have my hydrangea swag from Fur and You, and I'll link her shop down below as well. I adore Lisa. Her things are beautiful, and there you go. My entire planner setup. See how pretty this looks all dangling down here? I love that. I also carry around with me this box full of planner goodies, all my pretty clips and doodads. I like to switch those out frequently, so I don't keep them in my planner. Every month I sit down and pick out all the ones that coordinate and put them in this box, and then I just carry this in my tote bag and they're kept protected. I also have a little zipper bag that holds my on-the-go planning supplies. There's pens and pencils and washi and little scissors and stuff in here. And so that goes in my tote bag also. And finally, my planner pouch that I'm using this month is this really cool sequin pouch from Deanna at So Sweet Stuff. It's that really cool sequins that you can put in either direction. And this one's like a holographic pink on one side and silver on the other, and I think that goes really nicely with these colors. So there you go, my planner setup for May 2019. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below, and I will see you next month. Bye.